Hello, my name is Godwin Bategeka, and the project I'm presenting is Certeza, meaning certainty in Spanish. The tagline for Certeza is every believer, anywhere, a witness. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt in your heart prompted to share your faith with someone, but then you don't know where to start? Or you started a conversation, but didn't know how to drive it towards spiritual matters? Well, firstly, we need to appreciate that we as believers are all called to be the salt and light of the world. So we can't back off from this responsibility of sharing our faith. Secondly, it is the mandate of the church to equip believers on how to share their faith. However, there are many believers today who have not yet been equipped and experience fear when the opportunity to share their faith presents itself. Sometimes it's fear of being rejected or fear of what others may think of them when they see them sharing their faith. This was a challenge I personally faced many years ago. I knew I had to share my faith, but I was petrified whenever given the opportunity. Some other believers, on the other hand, are bold enough to speak, but they do not know exactly what to say or how to start a conversation. They are uncertain simply about what to say. I remember a conversation we had in one of our small groups where one of the ladies, a believer, mentioned being in a salon, and the ladies who are working on her hair started to discuss negatively about Christianity. She felt the nudge to respond, but did not know where to start. Now, this reality presents us with an opportunity to provide resources that can help anyone, anywhere, start a conversation with anybody. We have a lead to create simple, user-friendly evangelism tools, making faith sharing readily accessible. As believers engage with these tools and resources, there is potential for growing in confidence as their knowledge and experience increase. The ultimate result of all this is that when sharing the gospel, any fear of rejection, fear of what people may think, will begin to fade. Additionally, any uncertainty or lack of assurance regarding eternal life shall be dealt with. Furthermore, there is an opportunity for users of these simple evangelism tools to interact and build their faith-sharing skills as they support each other, enhancing a supportive community. So here is our proposed solution, but a little background first. According to the GSMA, that is the Global Systems for Mobile Communications Association, mobile broadband coverage stands at 95% of the global population. In their annual report of 2023, it was noted that over half of the global population, that is 54% or 4.3 billion people, now owns a smartphone. This presents an amazing opportunity within which we can reach the world with the gospel using the digital space. We are proposing a digital platform that has two components. The first one is a digital questionnaire similar to a survey that anyone can share via a link. The second one is a layout of interactive tutorials that can equip believers to share their faith more effectively, discussion boards to foster community where believers can connect and encourage one another along the outreach campaigns, and a resource repository that shall continually be replenished with content on how to share the gospel. And so our mission as Certeza is simply to help believers share the gospel through clear, accessible, church-supported digital tools. We are aiming to see believers everywhere have access to and utilize simple digital tools for evangelism and discipleship. And our goal is to see the distribution occur through the local church. So, our target audience. This tool aims to be utilized within the ministry of the local church. We are looking at a church that has a vision and goal for evangelism and discipleship, one that is longing to foster relational skills as users interact with each other and with those outside the church. The second category that this tool is targeting is those who will respond to the questionnaire that will be shared with them by the church members. And now when it comes to marketing and distribution, this will focus on using digital flyers that will be shared with targeted users across multiple platforms to build brand awareness. We shall start working with key influencer partnerships such as One Hope Uganda, Evangelism Explosion Uganda, and Watoto Church to distribute the tool through their extensive church network. Users will be encouraged to personally invite others within their circles of influence. Participating churches will promote and use the tool through community outreach activities, through small groups, through regular mentions during weekend church services to maximize reach and adoption. The primary cost of the project include platform development, ongoing maintenance, and improvements based on user feedback, along with promotion and distribution. These are estimated at about $2,000 in the initial startup costs, followed by approximately $6,000 per month during the first year. The platform will be free for users with revenue generated through voluntary donations. Additional financial support is expected from champions of evangelism and discipleship, as well as churches allocating budgets to outreach campaigns and other events that shall be utilizing the tool. The strategy is organized into 4 quarterly phases, with the Lord guiding us. In Q1, the focus is on completing the digital platform, with success dependent on finalizing the platform development through an IT consultant and engaging key influencers to initiate participation. Q2 centers on launching an initial social media campaign, starting with targeted distribution of a digital flyer and expanding to broader sharing to build brand awareness. A key goal for this quarter is reaching at least 25 regular platform users. In Q3, user feedback will be gathered and analyzed to refine the platform features and operations, identifying what users find valuable, what is challenging to use, what can be improved or removed. The shareability of the link will also be evaluated. Q4 marks the expansion phase, involving partnerships with major influencers as mentioned above. Success will be measured by access to their partner networks and achieving at least 200 active users. The anticipated return on investment is expanded gospel reach to unreached communities through participating church and users. When it comes to measurable outcomes, following the ABCD structure format, that is audience, behavior, condition, and degree of the outcomes analysis worksheet, we have cognitive growth outcome. Here, the church members will be able to share their faith effectively after completing the 4 modules on the platform, as evidenced by the completed final evaluation form. Then we have the integration outcome, where churches will post or respond to a post. Church members will post or respond to a post on the discussion board of the platform as they complete the 4 modules indicated by the number of notes posted. Defining our strategy further, the measurable outcomes for each of the 4 quarters of 2026. Again, with the Lord being our guide, by the end of Q1, we aim to have the digital platform fully complete, with the testing done and ready to launch. In Q2, the target is to have 25 regular users or partner churches on board and utilizing the platform, with at least 13 of them fully engaged, meaning that at least one member from each of these churches can share their faith effectively after completing the 4 modules on the platform, as evidenced by a completed final evaluation form. For Q3, user feedback from at least 25 churches that have been onboarded is to be gathered and used to refine the platform. Since the goal is to have at least 200 active users by the end of Q4, we aim to onboard about 400 partner churches, hoping that at least 200 will remain as active users. Our platform addresses 2 real barriers to sharing faith that believers face: fear and low confidence. These barriers are addressed through the utilization of the ubiquitous digital space, helping us to minimize resources while maximizing reach. Anyone with a smartphone and an internet connection can access our platform. What makes our platform unique or standing out is that it offers simple evangelism tools that can be shared widely, along with a repository of essential resources for equipping believers to share their faith, all on the same platform. Additionally, by integrating user feedback, and iteration, we are fostering brand commitment and satisfaction. There are apps on evangelism and others on discipleship, but I have not come across any that bring these two together as our platform does. This is a distinct offering unlike others. By God's grace, I have over 20 years of experience in evangelism and discipleship, including hands-on use of questionnaire-based evangelism, now adopted by Certeza. For the past 5 to 6 years, I've also engaged in online discipleship, valuing its flexibility and reach. An IT consultant and a marketeer, I've joined the initiative to support development and promotion. A focus group from the target audience welcomed the concept and affirmed the importance of digital ministry. An initial shareable link has been tested and received positive ease of use feedback. I, Godwin Bategeka, am honored to lead the team. I'm a ministry entrepreneur with a passion for evangelism and discipleship. I've been involved in training others to share their faith for over 20 years and have over 25 years of experience in leading both student and marketplace teams. I hold a qualification in biblical studies and am currently pursuing a master's in global ministry design at Southeastern University. Herbert Nkugwa was previously an IT officer at Capital Markets Authority. He brings experience from previous roles at Kimonix International and KPMG Uganda. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Makerere University. He is to provide any IT-related services such as software development and maintenance. Jacinta Ngavirano is a marketeer with a Chartered Institute of Marketing Level 6 qualification in brand proposition and strategy. She brings experience as a marketeer from Chicken Tonight, a fast food chain restaurant, and Bovid Products Limited, a personal care company. Some other key pointers to consider are unique differentiators. As mentioned earlier, there are apps on evangelism and apps on discipleship, but Certeza is a unique platform bringing evangelism and discipleship in the same space. Another differentiator is the dedicated customer support that shall be personalized to each church that utilizes the platform. Additionally, the platform provides a simplified way in which users can experience directed steps for discipleship and spiritual growth. A challenge we foresee is how to promote the platform amidst the noise of the millions of mobile apps already in existence today. The possible solution or strategic insight we are considering is to apply to be hosted as a content partner with YouVersion, whose Bible app is already well established in the digital space. Similar to what was mentioned in the first part of the strategy slide, we plan to finalize the digital platform by the end of Q1 in 2026. In Q2, we plan to launch a social media campaign targeting specific churches and ministries. Then, using the feedback that we shall have received from early users of the product, we shall embark on refining the platform in Q3. And lastly, in Q4, we plan to actively engage the 3 key partners as mentioned before. Thank you so much for listening to the presentation up to this point. We are seeking to raise $9,200 as startup funds to assist the development, launch, and maintenance during the first year of operations, that is the year 2026. This is how we plan to use the funds. 50% is to go towards platform development and refinement, 30% towards targeting, marketing, and user acquisition, 20% is to be allocated to team administrative costs and operations. These funds will help us reach at least 200 churches, with the potential of equipping 10,000 believers in the first year. We are inviting you to join us as we equip every believer anywhere to be a confident witness. Who knows? Maybe it is through Certeza that this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Will you help to make this happen? Thank you.